Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new on this channel, hi, my name is Wondershare, and if you're a returning subscriber, just tell me I look gorgeous in the comment section. I refuse to look like my problems in 2023. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about the names that I have been considering when it comes to this baby. So what we do in our family is this: we give each other turns with my husband to name our kids. So the first child, Anodiwa, I was the one who named her. I chose that name, I think, when I was like 3-4 months pregnant. I had dreams about that name. And so I named her, and then he gave the second name. And then with our second daughter, Isabel, it was his turn to give the first name. So he chose the name Isabel and I gave her the second name Nala. And now with this baby, it's my turn. So I've been doing a lot of research on the different names that I would want to name this child. So a name is one of the most important things, or one of the most important gifts you can give to your child. I believe that our names define us, our names make way for us, our names open doors for us, okay? And being a Christian, looking into the story of the Bible, you see that God really took his time when he was naming people. He gave people names with meanings, and in some instances he would actually change a name. For example, when he changed Abram's name to Abraham after he had spoken a blessing on him, saying that he was going to be the father of many. And another example is Saul. You know, after he encountered Jesus Christ, his name changed from Saul to Paul. So this goes to show how important it is to name a child, and you know, it is something that you should not take for granted, something that I don't take for granted, and something that should bring meaning and value to that child's name. So before I get into the names that I have chosen for this child, I first want to touch a little bit on how people choose names for their kids here in Zimbabwe. So there are a lot of different ways in which people choose their names. I'm just going to touch on a little bit. The first one being language. There are a lot of languages spoken in Zimbabwe: Shona, Ndebele, Karanga, Tonga, English, a lot of languages. So people will choose a name based on the language that they speak or language that they like. I personally like Shona names. I'm not Shona, I'm Ndebele. My father was Ndebele, so that makes me Ndebele. I've got a Ndebele name. My full name is Noloandle Lorraine Gumpo. So I'm Ndebele, but I grew up in a Shona speaking community. My mother is Shona, so the only language that I know how to speak is Shona, and so I tend to, you know, lean towards the Shona names more. So most of the names on my list that I'm going to share with you later on are mostly Shona. Another way in which people choose a name for their child is based on their religion. Christians, for example, will choose a name to honor God. So you will find names like Tinotenda Ishe, Tanyaradzwa, Atipa Ishe. A lot of names ending with Ishe are mostly to honor God, or maybe they will choose a name from the Bible. And then the other way in which parents choose a name for their child is based on the blessing they want to speak upon their child. So basically what they wish or what they hope for their child. The next way in which people name their child is based on, you know, honoring someone in their family, a family member, a relative. So mostly you'll find kids being named after their grandparents, after their aunts, after their uncles. So these are the different ways in which people in Zimbabwe name their kids. Okay, so let's get into the names that I have chosen so far, because we still have some time here. Maybe I'll come across some more names that I like, but for now, these are the names that I've chosen, and they're mostly unisex names, because I told you guys we're not talking about the gender. So these names go for both boys and girls, and I think from the beginning, before I knew the gender of this child, I just knew that I wanted a unisex name. So the first name on my list is, I'm looking here because I wrote them down on my book, is Akudzwe, which means let him be praised. And this is a name based on honoring God. Some people will finish it off as Akudzwe Ishe, but personally I don't like to make the name long with adding the Ishe at the end, because my kids already have a long surname. So I would rather keep their names short so that it doesn't trouble them, you know, when they're now in school trying to learn their names. Right now Isabel is struggling to learn how to write her surname because it's so long. So I don't want to make the name long and then the surname long. So I just try to keep the names short and straight to the points. And then the second name is Ariko. Like I said, some people will finish this off as in Ariko Ishe, and that is what I mean, but I'm not going to finish it off like that. I'll just end it at Ariko, which means God is there. He is there and he has blessed us for me. That is what it means. And this is just a beautiful, beautiful name to give to your child, either male or female. And then the next name, which is probably one of my favorite names so far, is Wataida. I love this name, and this name means the one you really love. Not to say that other kids are not loved, you guys. No. I just feel like this name talks to how much you want this child, how much this child is loved and appreciated by their family. So this was one of the names that I came across first, and it's not a common name in Zimbabwe. It's very unique. It's kind of a new name. I haven't met a lot of Wataidas, so Wataida is really there. It's in the top 3. It's in the top 3 of the names. And then the next name is Mukundi, which means conqueror. So my sister's friend recently gave birth to a daughter, and she named her daughter Mukundi, and I just thought that was really beautiful. I haven't met a lot of Mukundis in my life. Let me know if you know someone by this name in the comment section. And I love the meaning behind this name. You know, conqueror, you want your child to conquer all the life challenges that are going to come their way, because we all know that life can be trying. So I love the meaning behind this, and I just think it's a name that is going to open, you know, paths for the child. They're just going to be conquering whatever they come across in life. So Mukundi is a really good name, and I think it sounds good for both girls and boys. And then the next name on my list is Mukudze, which means praise God or let God be praised. I like this name, but my husband does not like this name, because he thinks I like this name because it's a name of one of my favorite musicians here in Zimbabwe, which is Japraiser. If you know me, you know that I am a big JP fan. So my husband thinks that I like this name because I like this musician, and there is no way he is naming his child based on that. So I suggested the name to him. It's just like, no ways, we are never naming our child Mukudze, and that is that. But I think it's a beautiful name that you should consider for your child if you're having one soon. So the next name that I like is Kudiwa. It's also a name that I came across through my husband's friend. They've got a son named Kudiwa. And one thing about me, you guys, I love names that have anything to do with being loved. Like Anodiwa means to be loved. So I like names that have anything to do with love. And Kudiwa basically means to be loved also. I thought it's a unique name. I also haven't met a lot of people named Kudiwa. And it's part of my top 5 top 5 names. I really like this name. And the next name that I came across is Shohiwa. This is the first time I'm hearing this name, Shohiwa, and according to my research, this means respected one. Obviously we want people to be respected. We want our kids to be in positions of power, positions of respect, And you know, I just think it's a really nice name, but I'm afraid that this can be a little bit of a challenge when it comes to pronunciation. You guys, I've got a complicated name, and I've always struggled trying to explain to people what it means. So every time I say my name, especially to non-Ndebele speakers, they just like, oh, what does that mean? And I'm always just trying to, you know, define the name for them, help them pronounce it better. I personally don't think I pronounce it well because I'm not a Ndebele speaker. So I'm afraid of choosing names that, you know, people are going to have difficulty with pronouncing. So this Shohiwa, I'm afraid people will end up saying Shoniwa, and you know, the child is obviously going to have to always explain what the name means, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I like how it sounds, but I'm not quite sure about it. And then the last name on my list is Shona. I think Shona is a nice name. It sounds nice, but I don't exactly know if it's purely Zimbabwean. From what I came across on the internet, it means God is gracious. So yeah, that is the list of names that I'm considering for this baby. Like I said, you guys, there is still time. I might come across other names that will sound good to me, that will mean that will have good and great meaning for the child, and I might end up not using any of these names. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comment section of all the names that I listed today, which one is your absolute favorite, or better still, give me a top 3 of your favorite names. And maybe if there are other names that you have named your children, or names that you have heard of that are unique and that you would also love to name your children, let me know in the comment section. Who knows, maybe a name that you suggest may end up being the name for this baby, because there's still time and we're still trying to find names to choose from. So drop all those names in the comment section. So I hope you enjoyed this video, you guys. I will see you in another one very soon, not long from now. So stay tuned to this channel, and if you haven't watched my recent vlogs, make sure you go back and watch those. They are really interesting. I also did a 30-week update, so make sure you watch that. Until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.